Hello, everybody! Welcome!
Woo!
Today we have on our 11th episode at this point? Yeah, on our 11th episode, we have a really special friend here. Jan, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Jan0h. I'm an OS tuber or software tuber. I do live to debugging, and sometimes I hang out on streams and get put into like karaoke jail or like into apples. Nice to meet you, everyone. You can follow me on, Jan0h. So
Yeah,
there's a lot.
you have the commands on the title of the stream, like !TG for the socials, !GPL for the playlist. And yeah, you might be asking why the hell am I a robot and why do I have this thing on my voice? The theming of her is basically she's an operative system and I'm a robot. Just I connected 2 on 2 here, or I maybe connected 2 with 535, I don't know. So yeah. Hey lady!
Oh, lady! Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome in, lady. How's it going? But yeah, the reason why I'm a robot and Jan0h over here, it's just because she's a operating system and I'm a robot. That's it. No more, no less. So
We're just feeling funky today.
yeah, I feel it a little bit funky, and trust me when I tell you, this will not be the last time you will see me like this.
The robot man.
Yeah, Robo will be up here after. Don't worry about it. So yeah, let's start with the classic question: what games do you play usually?
What games do you play? Well, when I was younger, I want to roll it back for everyone, okay? So you know where I'm coming from. When I was younger, I used to be really into like top-down action strategy games. But then slowly over time, I realized that you kind of have to be smart to be good at those, you know? When I live in Europe, so I had the great privilege of eventually being able to go to Gamescom, which is like a very big event. If you're from the Americas, maybe you're more familiar with like PAX. So I mentioned like PAX. And I go to the Blizzard Hall, and I think I'm kind of a hotshot at strategy games. I'm pretty good at Age of Empires. I'm gonna go to the Blizzard booth and fight like and like play StarCraft against like a random person. You know, maybe I'm gonna do well, and it's gonna be fun. So I sit down and I wonder why like the other PCs, like the people that I would play against, are in like a box. Like I can't see them. I can just sit down and I can connect into a lobby, and I'm like, well, you know, this is gonna be okay. Like, what's the worst that could happen? And I go in, I sit down, I connect into a lobby, and the person on the other end is a StarCraft pro who just finished playing on stage, and he immediately sends over like 7 guys with a funny backpack, and I die like round 1. Like it's over. So I haven't played many real-time strategy RTS games since. Instead, I've been really like into like RimWorld and stuff, like making human lever hats. That's pretty good. So that's kind of what I spend my time with.
I still need to try that RimWorld. Can you explain me how that game works?
Yes, for sure. So kind of you generate a planet and you generate other tribes, and then you generate your own little, you know, ragtag team of space engineers if you're lucky. If you're unlucky, it's just like 3 people with no skills whatsoever. They are totally inept and they keep fighting, and one of them is a nudist and it's just bad. But you put them on a little piece of the map, and then you start building funny little houses, and eventually you're gonna research your way into a spaceship, or you get raided by giant like space insects, and then it's just over.
What
It kind of depends on the experience you're looking for.
I mean, okay, that sounds fun. Like, kind of like either Startup, I think it's called. It's similar to that. If I remember correctly.
Yeah, there's a couple games that kind of feel like it. It's like Factorio for people who are not as smart, I think, and like have more like
Crafting.
weird hedonistic qualities to them. Then they don't play that game. Instead, they play RimWorld.
Ah, well, that's cool. I wanted an
Yeah.
alternative to Factorio. I thought Factorio was more like, if you like playing with redstone on Minecraft, Factorio is your shit. But if you like to just build yourself or just survive with whatever you have, it's fine. You have RimWorld.
Dude, Factorio humbled me. I really thought I was smart because I used to like playing around with like redstone rigs in Minecraft. Not for a long time. Like I'm not a Mumbo man, but I thought I was smart again. I thought I was smart before before I played Factorio. uh, and then I tried to make a very very like simple setup so that I could generate electricity, get your sciences in, the Factorio pros in the comments are probably like, what is she talking about? But I did not do a very good job with that. You have to be really smart, just like from a logistics standpoint. All I wanted to do was like build the trains and make funny little things happen. Instead, there's a couple million little insects that immediately ruin all of that. So that didn't
Yeah.
last very long.
Wow. Okay.
You should try it. It's good.
If I found the money and a way to buy it, yeah, sure. It's a little bit complicated, but yeah. Okay, so what else I have? Oh, yeah, you said RimWorld is like kind of like a steampunk setup, right?
RimWorld, not really. RimWorld is more. Well, if you've ever wondered about what would happen if the people in the Alien movies did land on a planet and they're kind of smart and kind of sciencey and kind of high tech, but when they land, everything breaks. That's kind of the vibe. Like you start with a wooden hut and eventually you build like these big minimalist sci-fi complexes, but usually it doesn't get that far because, you have a couple slaves and you harvest them for human skin, turn that into cowboy hats, and you sell them to stay afloat and buy a single machine gun. Like that's more the vibe. There's not really a lot of steampunk. That would be more something like Frostpunk, for example, if you know that game.
Yeah, I
You
know
might
that
like
game.
that.
I've been told Frostpunk is a little bit too like hard when it comes to like it's hard on the emotional level. Like it's too heavy on the homicides and all of that. Like the
But you
theme
don't
of it.
want to put fucking kids into the machine so that your village can live another day. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's wild. It's wild. But you can make pretty houses. So, I mean,
Yeah, okay.
perfectly.
I mean, if I can make something like creative wise, like on Terraria or Starbound or even Minecraft, when you build your house, I'm all for that. I'm all for that.
Mm,
I'm an engineer at the end of the day. My craft is my work. It's what I live
dude.
for.
You should hold like a Minecraft competition one day. Just build like a giant robot in it.
Oh God, no. That would be either fun or chaotic as fuck.
Probably both, yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I don't play that much Minecraft nowadays because I had a little issue when it comes to the game. I cannot play it for long because I ended up with a headache. I guess that's
Really?
motion sickness. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's motion sickness or what it is because it only happens with Minecraft and maybe Team Fortress 2, but that is a stretch.
Mm. I used to play a lot of TF2 too, man. I would go into like the surf maps as if I was playing CSGO and just kind of go go crazy on the pipes. But I wonder if that's like an FOV thing or like.
Maybe it's a movement. Yeah, it's the movement of the camera and the gun sometimes. Like I believe it's because of the high movement on a first person perspective you're not used to because you're not
Yeah.
moving it yourself, I guess.
Mm.
I don't know how to explain it. That I should check with a doctor about that.
I wonder when you played TF2, like, what modes did you play?
Modes on the community or like in general?
Like, what game modes? Because I used to be really into Man versus Machine. That was the
Ooh.
mode where,
I
you could go and like beat up a couple of robots. That was pretty good.
I wanted to play that more, but the community servers were off and I don't have any money for tickets. I wanted to play a lot of Man vs. Machine, but I didn't do my investment well.
You didn't
Uh,
invest your Team Fortress bucks, your fancy hats.
no. I ended up just showing off my stuff on like either Turbine or Two Fort, playing
Oh.
playing Capture the Flag or something like that.
Those were so fire though. Like Team Fortress 2 during like the high times when it was still a giant community, not just like a bunch of black market hat smugglers. It was wild. Like I would love to play it again, but I'm afraid because I know they have a bug problem, and I know in the subreddit they've been like talking to Valve about it, and Valve is like, "You guys are literally like what 20 years old. I'm not investing. I'm not investing anything in your ass." Like it's so sad, but
Come
you
on.
know, who
Yeah,
knows?
who knows? Um, Either way, the most from the community I always like it to play every now and then was the boss fights, like versus Saxton Hale or versus some of the like quote unquote creative monsters from the TF2
Dude,
community.
you could fight versus like a giant Sexton Hale. That's amazing.
Yeah, versus Saxton Hale was so fun. There was also I think it's the Christian Killer Sniper or something like that.
What?
Yeah, there was some really weird. I think they call it Freak Fortress. Those monsters.
I should have played it more or like for longer. Those were like after my time or before my time. I'm literally clueless.
I don't know either. Like, I for what I know, those were a thing a long time before, like 2015, even previous to that. I don't know. Like Saxton Hale was one thing, but then they started adding other bosses like I don't know. Christian Killer Sniper was one. Then I think it was Demoman with the bunny suit, like a full body like disguise of a bunny. Like it was a white bunny, but with the Demoman face at the. It's so weird.
Eh?
That's what
I
it
feel
calls
like
Freak
we have
Fortress.
wildly different experiences. The boss fight when I played TF2 was my heavy running into the front and immediately dying. That was the boss fight for me because I was medic main. Obviously, I'm German, so
Danke.
dude, is it so hard to know that you're on overcharged? You're supposed to notice that. Well, anyway, was there a
Unless
game that you played more during that time than TF2?
League. I have to admit,
League?
yeah, TF2 was one of the games I tried to use as like escape plan from League because well, I didn't want to play League that much, and I wanted to play another thing on the side. Like, yeah, I have free time. I don't want to use it all day to play League. I want to play another thing online. So yeah, my scapegoat was that specifically. Yeah.
Really? Oh my god, that's amazing. I play League, but I don't play the Summoner's Rift game, right? For those who don't know, that's like the actual game that you would think of when you play League of Legends. Like, if someone tells you they play League, they play Summoner's Rift. It's the thing with, the 3 lanes, and you have to do CSing and everyone, like all of that, like social science to do well. I just play ARAM, which means all random almit, which
Yeah,
is basically League for scrubs
I love that
who
mode.
don't want to CS.
I love that mode. Like that was a really good alternative to Summoner's Rift. Really good.
Dude, ARAM main over here. Watch me get that like ARAM thread flag on my profile. I am not ashamed. I'm never CSing again. Fuck this.
Good. Good for you.
I'm going in with Jan0h. I will have the worst, best time possible. Like, you guys don't, I don't have shame.
That's fine. I love
Do you
Arm.
still play?
No, I left on I think 2019 because
good.
I just returned it. Like I left the game before that, but I returned for the anniversary, like the 10-year anniversary for the Annie skin. I just log it in, log it out, maybe play the casual TFT, and that's it.
TFT is amazing. Not to like be very normal, but TFT, like on your way to work, if you're not the one driving the car, pretty good.
Yeah,
Pretty
don't
good.
drive while playing games, please.
No, but yeah, TFT is pretty good. ARAM's pretty good. League of Legends pretty bad. It's great. I love it.
I
I
mean,
can't wait to play like against Wiener. I would love to play against Wiener and just fucking get my shit kicked in. That would be amazing.
I mean, I like League of Legends more on a gameplay standpoint than like the actual game itself, because the game itself is like a toxic pool. But
Mm.
when it comes to the mechanics and the gameplay, I like it a lot. The items might be broken, and some champions' abilities and passive will be like a Bible-sized script just for one thing. But I love that. I love that
Listen.
I love that you have two sides of the coin. One side is the really, really, really long lecture of the abilities, and the other side is just go ape shit and try everything, and you will hit something,
Dude,
and you will kill.
we used to think that Azir was the worst they could do, and then they came out with like Viego and Samira, where I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I know there's worse, right? I know there's like technically more advanced champions, but if I look into an action game and I have to do like an AP reading class, it's ooh, it's
Let me present to you Aphelios. He wants to have a word with you.
He's not the worst. Like I
No,
actually play Phyllis because he's my precious boy, but
I mean, to
you thought
like,
he was
to,
the worst?
to
No,
learn
he's not.
no to learn this to how to synergize the weapons. That's something I cannot for the life of me learn.
It's easy.
And I mean,
You
I'm
get
an ADC
flamethrower
man.
chakram.
Wow.
You just get flamethrower chakram, then you get the flamethrower as like a static like turret, and then you just play TF2 engineer on the rift. It's amazing. Like look at me pretending I have skills, but look, it's fine. You don't have to think. Don't think, just press button. Press Q, win. Good. It feels good. Healers, thank you for keeping me alive. If healers early game is just death simulator, but that's fine. Listen,
What?
as a person who kind of seems invested in like league things, did you have any opinions, Mr. Host? I'm taking over your talk show.
It's fine.
Do you
It's
have
not the
any
first time.
opinion on the Ruination event? Did you have feelings about that?
Ooh. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen what they did with the champions, the skins, and the lore. And one thing, why? Like, I like the concept of Viego being a really like, how it says,
like tragic lover.
no, being an asshole. Like,
Oh,
Viego itself as a concept is the Ruin King, right? The story of the Ruin King is basically he was so in love with her wife when she died. He did everything in his power to try and save her. But
even
the
though she
reason,
didn't want it.
yeah, the reason why she died is because she didn't love him. And he was so big of a simp that he ended up ruining everything in the world just to get her alive, and he didn't even succeed on that.
He's so selfish. I love that about him.
Yeah.
He's so selfish.
The concept of the Ruin King itself, it's really good. I like that. But he's just an idiot. I love it. And then you have the situation with some champions that should be there, like story-wise, like Jorik.
Like
What?
Callista, like
Kalista, Jorik, Hecarim. Well, more Hecarim on the side of Viego, but Kalista and Jorik maybe teaming up something. They need the Jorik. The whole story is just stop the Ruin King. That's the whole thing of Jorik, and
he doesn't
it's
come
not even
up.
there.
He's like, I'm chilling. He's like on vacation. You know, he doesn't sell enough skins, so he was put in timeout.
Yeah, then there is like the reveal of Vex way before she came out as a champion. I like Vex though. I like the concept of Vex, and
pretty
I saw
cool.
and I saw her abilities. That looks really fun. Then there are the skins. The only one I think I like is Graves, since well I like Graves in general, and the voice lines I heard is super fun.
Dude.
Then I don't know why are the other champions there. I understand. I think that there was Cena, Akshan, Graves, Olaf, and I don't remember the last one.
Pantheon. Pantheon got ruined, like Kamra got ruined, but I think they overcame it. Pantheon ruined Pantheon. I have a couple like gay male friends. They like ruined Pantheon a lot. Like,
Wow. I mean, the skin looks good, but why? Like, lore-wise, those supposed to be canon?
I think they are supposed to be canon, but everyone's kind of like, you know that emoji that you would put under like very shameful tweet where it's like, I pretend I do not see. We pretend we do not see. We just look
Oh,
at Viego's open chest, and that's really all that matters, really.
yeah, I guess as much. God damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it will make more sense for, like, not the like ruined champions, the other ones. I think it's the Starlight or something like that.
Oh, you mean like the people who fight against them
Yeah,
in
the
the pretty
fight. The
golden outfit?
Yeah, I think those
Oh,
were Graves, Olaf,
Vayne!
Anna, Lucian,
Action!
Action. What?
Yeah, Action and Vayne. People had such like strong emotions about Vayne and Graves kind of flirting, and then immediately after the Ruination event, he comes out as gay. It's great.
What
It's
the
really
heck?
good. Well, actually, he's pan, I guess, but
I
that's
mean, it
still
makes sense. He's technically hang out with Twisted Fate a lot, so that will make a change on him, I guess.
dude. This story was so cute though, because in the actual story that came out during the Pride event, he's like, he gets shamed like for being a slut a bit. Like Graves, he basically gets read to filth by Twisted Fate. He's like, you fucked some kind of monster, dude. I think it was like a fish guy or like a wolf. I don't know what it was. We were all very impressed with Mr. Graves. Like, okay, sir. But you know, that's good. League lore good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
that's part of the reason why I keep an eye on League. The lore and the characters are so good. I love it.
Dude,
I
they're
remember.
putting out a really good arcane behind the scenes show right now. You should check that out.
I checked it already. I already saw it. It's so good. I love
Mhm.
how they adapt the like original V design to Arcane. Like they did the
Mhm.
reverse engineer on the design and they just put it on Arcane.
It looks so much better. I'm sorry, V enjoyers, but if I see another like frilled corset skirt thing on one side of her outfit, I'm leaving. Like, I am not here for this.
I'm still waiting for the day they remix on Arcane the V logging screen theme. You need to hear that. That is a banger originally, and I want to see like a remix version on Arcane someday.
Dude, I don't know how about like the rights. I don't know if they held all the rights to all the music. I don't know anything about Riot. Sorry,
The-
Riot employee, if you're watching.
I mean, it's part of the League of Legends playlist on Spotify, so I believe they still have the rights in it. So, yeah.
I see.
Then we have the logging screen music is always so good. Like, I remember the first time I hear Pantheon's rework theme. Wow, that hit hard. That was so
I
good.
remember that.
You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Wow, you're
You
missing
know what I do
something.
remember?
Oh,
The when the project skins came out with the Jin line, and everyone immediately got extremely horny for Jin because he had that like very cool animation. Hi, Ig.
hi, Ig. Welcome.
That was wild. Project skins changed the internet. I think that like all installed a sense of cyberpunk fetishism in the entire conscious
I thought
of
that,
all.
yeah, and they included the first when they released Renekton and Warwick.
Dude.
Love that project skin line. But there is one skin line that I want to see more about, like Odyssey.
Odyssey is so good. I feel like it's a fan.
Yeah, first time here.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome.
Hey, dude, like, get comfy with us. We're just gonna, you know,
We're
chat a
just
little
chilling.
bit.
We're just chilling. Don't worry.
We're just chilling.
Yeah. Speaking of Odyssey, I saw a video a few days ago about what other things that Riot made had possibility of being a banger like Arcane or even more. And Odyssey was the number one pick. Like, you have a little Guardians of the Galaxy story, or even better than Guardians of the Galaxy there, and you're not
Yeah.
using it. Like, wow. The characters, the setting they are on, and the adventures they can have, it's so
I
amazing.
don't even remember if they ever said, like, why. If they ever said why they don't do more. It's probably skin sales, but then again, it feels like one of the most beloved, like, PvE modes they ever designed. So,
And I
apart
think
from PvE modes, which is like a whole other thing, you know, it would be cool if they
I think after the Dark Angel Yasuo, the one that looks like ashes, I think the Odyssey Yasuo is one of the most sold skins on Yasuo, if I remember. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, it will make sense.
Very iconic.
Yeah, the
I feel like
Odyssey Yasuo is really cool in and of itself.
Yeah. Obviously the Jinx skin too, and I don't know, like the Kane one. Come on,
Oh,
Odyssey Kane.
yeah.
Well,
Odyssey Kane.
sorry
looks
for a
really
little
good.
league moment here, guys.
It was a long tangent though. Sorry. Yeah, I love talking about League. I don't like playing it, but that's part of the job, I guess.
I feel like that's a majority of league players. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Basically. Okay. Let's talk about another thing now. Let's move on to. Let's keep on League, but let's move on to Project L. What do you think about that?
Well, I am filled with careful optimism. It looks like something that I could queue into like in the future. Okay, let's do like a thought experiment. It's the future. Project L, which if you don't know is the League of Legends fighting game. Project L comes out, we all queue into the online matchmaking, and immediately the netcode breaks down. You have massive desync, and you get killed by like a ranged attack Jinx spammer, which is probably going to be the future. I'm not gonna lie, that's probably where we're headed. But I think I might enjoy that just because it looks very pretty. Like that's how I feel.
Yeah, the one-sided rollback will be a pain, but aside of that, that seems pretty accurate. Yeah. Maybe we can maybe we get some down by Ilaoi trying to get in and everything, but yeah.
Dude, I really hope they do wall breaks. Like, there's another game, Guilty Gear. I know that you know about Guilty Gear, but chat, there's a really cool fighting game. It's called Guilty Gear, and they have a mechanic in their games or / their new game, which is like wall breaks, and then you go into a new stage. It's also in games like SF5 has a. Actually, I don't know what other games have it. I just
No. Street Fighter 5, what it has is like special ring endings that usually just put a little hat on your character for the first couple of seconds until you get punched.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I just know there's like that outside scene, and you can like get punched through the wall into the dining hall or something like that.
No,
So
that was
that
inside the bathroom. Yeah, that's the Street Fighter 5. On the London stage, on the train, I don't know, the train station on London, you can, if you enter around on the left side, and you like, I think if you do a heavy attack, you ended up sending your opponent through the wall.
Yeah.
And if you ended on the right side, and you ended with the heavy punch, you get one of those like British Guard type of hats on the opponent.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I would love it if they did that because they have such beautiful environments, like in the League canon already. So imagine you're on the bridge, right? Like you're fighting on the bridge between Piltover and Zon, which is like some of the areas that we saw in the Arcane show on Netflix. And imagine if you punch someone very, very hard, you can wall break them and they fall into Zon, and you keep fighting like in the sewers. That would be really cool.
Ooh. Or maybe in the bridge, somebody could do an uppercut or something, and they end up sending him to the bridge.
Like on top of the like wiring, that would be pretty wild.
Not on the wiring, on the bridge itself, like in the actual scene on Arcane Echo versus Jinx.
Ooh.
That bridge will be fun.
That would be great.
It will be simple, but it will be fun. You can get a point of view of like in between Sauna and Piltover.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have like Dragon Ball Fighters, which if you end up in attack with a heavy, and your opponent still have characters, you move to another area, depending on the area you are. Yeah. Or if you finish on the earth, if you finish an opponent with a super, the arena explodes and transforms into a crater, like in the Namek stage. Yeah, it transforms into the Namek stage.
Oh, you can be like Jan0h in the fucking hole.
Yeah, you have the dramatic finishes too, so yeah, you can literally recreate that with Nava
Oh my god, I've never played
fighters.
DBZ.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've never played FighterZ. Before it came out, I actually play tested it at the booth,
Ooh.
but I never played it myself. And I was like, I'm a god at Goku because no one else here knows how to play stick. So then I go home and I'm like, I will never touch this game because it will immediately shatter my self-esteem knowing that I'm actually bad at it. But it looks very pretty and I can play as like purple wife. I mean like pink wife.
Oh yeah.
So good game.
Under 21, good game. Yeah. Also, the lab code one was a nightmare. On competitive, yeah. Whew. I mean, I played it fighters, but yeah, it's rough. Online is super rough.
I don't do that anymore. I used to play a little bit of online matchmaking when so a little bit of background. For me, fighting games, I was never really in it when I was younger, right? But there was a time where I lived with someone who was like really, really into it. He was also like playing, you know, like Underblood, Underbirth, sorry, Underblood. Underblood, Underbirth Before Night, I think it's called. I don't recall, sorry. And he was really good at SF4 and like a bit of, you know, Tekken and stuff, like the usual. Someone who doesn't play Smash, but everything else. So at that time, I used to like train with that friend a lot, and I would get really into Street Fighter 4. What's it called? Deluxe? Ultra? I don't even
Ultra.
Like special word.
Yeah, the last version of SF4 is Ultra Street Fighter 4, yeah.
Yeah, then it was Ultra. And I would play Ibuki, and I would be one of those people, and I'm sorry if someone here is one of my victims from that time, but I would be one of those people who go in and like spam neckbreaker. This is very easy to parry if you know how to like time it, but if you don't usually play it against Ibukis because no one plays her, you know, she's like that ninja chick, remember? If you don't know how to play her because no one plays her, then you're like, what the fuck is she doing to me? So sometimes I would have very good like rounds, and then sometimes I would get reality checked by a Ken main. So that was kind of how I started with fighting games. And then and then I tried to learn Guilty Gear, and I got humbled again, this time by zone players. So like Jekko and stuff. I would never know how to correctly work with that. So that was a very short career in that game. But
yeah. What else? Oh yeah, speaking of... Huh?
How about you, by the way? Like, for you, what was your like fighting game journey? Because I know that you dabble in it a little bit.
Yeah, I've been playing fighting games since I was, I think, 8, 9 years old. Like, I remember when my dad gave me my PS1 for the first time, I played 2 games, either Crash 3 or Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter. So I grew up with that game a little bit, then I jumped up to the PS2 on Budokai Tenkaichi 3, and after that, I played a lot of Budokai Tenkaichi 3. My hand hurts still for remember that.
Really?
Yeah, it's a hard mashing game, so I break more than one controller with that.
Is it because you need to like get frame perfect input for follow-ups, or
no, it's because of mashing. Like if you clash powers, you need to either...
Oh, you have like a clash mechanic.
Yeah, you have a clash mechanic on the Kamehamehas, or well, usually the beam supers and the I think you have also the clash dashes, that if you do a super dash on Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and your opponent does the same against you, you clash.
And then it's kind of like that scene in Harry Potter where you both have your wands connected and you go like, bah, 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 my power.
You need to rotate the stick a lot to win, and that breaks the joysticks a lot. But then you have the combos that are basically mashing square and triangle to combine both, and that's it. So yeah, after Budokai Tenkaichi 3, I remember getting into Street Fighter a little bit, like Street Fighter 2. Uh, then I jumped up to Street Fighter 4 directly because I was obsessed with the amount of characters there were, like the interactions between them, and I want to be honest here. I wanted to play El Fuerte so bad, but I ended up sucking so hard at him. I ended up playing Cody. I ended up
El
playing
Fuerte
Cody.
is the best. When he hits you with that, like, what is it, like nacho cheese slide? I don't even remember. He has quesadilla smash, right? Quesadilla.
Yeah.
What is it? Quesadilla scream? I don't.
All
The quesadilla attack. That one was tough, man. If he catches you, it's over.
The one on the air?
I just remember that, like, quesadilla, like that part of the voice line, and I just always knew it was over.
Oh, right. I think it was because he was running and slamming onto you, yeah. That's basically what El Fuerte does.
I'm gonna look it up right now. You keep talking. I need that quesadilla smash.
What the fuck? Speaking of El Fuerte, yeah, I played Street Fighter 4 for a little bit, like, ended up playing
it's quesadilla bomb.
Yeah.
It's heavy kick, and then hold release, kind of like.
Oh, it's a charge command. Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a charge command, and he kind of goes like, bah, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
I remember there was a variant of the running move that I used to do all the time with the. You do the running move input. I don't remember if it was a fireball forward or something, and then you press a heavy punch, and you get a DDT on the opponent with the Forte. It's so good. Yeah, it was super fun to use. I don't know why.
What's a DDT?
It's basically, if I remember correctly, a DDT was basically he like moves around your body, your upper body, and then he slams your head against the floor, either the back part of the head or the front, depending on how the DDT ended.
I don't recall any of that, dude. I feel like a fraud, talking like I know shit, and then I immediately forget.
I mean, like... I'm talking shit here. I'm not sure if that's what a DDT is, but I remember Forte having a move like that.
I will not call you out on anything. The only thing I can remember about him is looking very funny and having a quesadilla attack. Like,
I mean, the whole stick of El Fortes was a luchador that believes he's the best chef in the world, and he is.
Yeah.
That's the whole stick.
You know, I support him.
Yeah, he's really fun.
Are there any other games during that part of your life that were very, like, special for you?
Well, on the PS2, I played a lot of more games aside of Crash and, well,
I never had a PlayStation, so that's, like, one thing I'm very sad about, but
I ended up, like, just having two consoles, both PlayStation 1 and 2, and that's it. They ended up just on the PC. But on the PS1 and 2, I played a lot of more games aside of fighting games, like platformers and all of that. Like, I remember enjoying the PS1 version of Rayman 2. I ended up learning later on. Yeah, Rayman. I ended up learning later on that was the worst version of the game. And I was,
really?
Bro, that game was super fun. How is that the worst version? I ended up learning that the PS1 version is the one with less content compared to the other ones. And the better one to that is either the PS2 or the Dreamcast version, which I never had the opportunity to play yet. I don't
know which Rayman I played, but there was a Rayman that I had on the PC, which that was very, very precious to me in my formative years. I don't know what it's called though.
Do you remember which year was that? Because that might be the Legends, the Rayman Origins / Legends games.
I don't know. It was probably, it must have come out around like 2010, 2012.
Yeah, that might be Rayman Legends or Origins if it was new at the time. Yeah.
I just remember you, like, in the beginning, your friend gets jailed and you need to rescue him from, like, a pirate ship or something of that sort.
Your friend Wait, that's Rayman 2! No, wait, no.
Is it?
Rayman 2, The Great Escape starts with a pirate carrying around your friend, Glowbox, into a cell where you are
Yeah,
located. Yeah, that's Rayman
yeah,
2.
and you need to like rescue him, and it's kind of like
You break a
early era
yeah,
3D.
you break a wall and then you slide on the like you enter the hole you did on the wall and you slide out of the ship. You
Oh,
you two get like scattered around because you two fall from the ship and you are ended up like in adventure looking for it.
yeah. That has to be it.
Yeah,
That
that's
has
Rayman.
to.
That's Rayman 2, of course. I remember the beginning of the game like in the
Of
palm of my
course.
hand. I love that. I love that game.
It's so good. It was so special for me, just running around. It was so simple, I think, from what I recall. It
Yeah,
was a
it
very
is.
simple game, but it was just good. Like that was my Crash Bandicoot. Like when my friends who like grew up in America, a lot of them have like Crash Bandicoot as that game for them, I think. Like the way they talk about it, it's the same way that I feel about this Rayman game.
Yeah, it's so good. Like I remember playing that game a lot when I was a kid on the PS1. Like it was super fun. It was short in some areas, but it was fun to complete.
Hmm,
And the music was so good. Like holy shit,
dude.
the music on that game is so good.
Video game composers in the early 2000s and like the 90s went so hard for no reason. Like, we love.
Yeah, that's why we have iconic themes like the. I think it's I think it's called Bloody from Castlevania. That scared the shit out of me.
Thank you for the following.
Yeah,
Hope you're
thank
having a
you.
good time.
Thank you for the follow though. Really appreciate it. But yeah, the 90s, early 2000 games, video game song is it goes hard, and in a good way. I love it. Even
I just looked it
nowadays.
up, by the way.
Hmm?
Oh, sorry. I just looked it up, by the way, and that Rayman game came out in 1999.
Yeah, it was a 99. Yeah.
Oh, that was a while ago, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. The Rayman Origin Legends games are not 3D. That's when I ended up noticing it was Rayman 2 because it's the only one on 3D. Rayman 1 is also a sprite-based game.
Dude. I don't even want to look at other Rayman games. This is the one for me. This
Understandably
is my
so.
3D game.
Is well, I'm not mentioning the fact that there is a Rayman 3 also, and I think a Rayman 4, but I'm not sure about that one because it has the rabbits. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah.
If you had to say which is your favorite game from that era, would you be able to pick one?
From the 88, from the 90s, did you say?
Like let's say between like 98 and 2005, if you had to guess.
Depending on the time you're asking me, like, if you asked me like a few years ago, I will say Crash from the
Really?
Crash Team Racing or Crash 3. Yeah, from
Dude,
1998,
Crash Team
1999.
Racing. That always reminds me of Mario Kart on the DS because I don't know if that was a thing like where you grew up, but since you could have an entire group of kids play with just one copy of Mario Kart DS, like if one person brought it, like 8 people could play. So Mario Kart racing on the DS was like a huge part of like my school experience because like one kid would bring the DS cartridge and then like all 8 of us would get together, just kind of go wild on like the balloon game mode or bombs and stuff. Like it was wild.
Ah. I started to play video games on early 2000s, and I started with Mario series games. It says,
Dude,
uh,
classic.
yeah, that's a classic. That's how many people starts with. If you have a Nintendo console, you will exactly start with Mario or Zelda. Easy.
You can't go wrong with Mario. Like, what
Yeah.
was your first Mario game though? Because like there were a bunch of them, right, in that time period.
Well, the case is, I also had like a Famicom, like the Japanese version of the NES.
Really?
Yeah, because in Argentina there was this version of that called Family. So yeah, that was technically my first experience with the quote unquote Nintendo console, because that was I don't know if it was legal or not, because I think it was a ripoff. But I remember playing Duck Hunt and the first Mario game.
Dude, Duck Hunt.
Yeah, I remember playing with my dad a lot. That was fun.
Can I tell you a story about Duck Hunt?
Sure.
So, I think I mentioned this before, but I grew up in Germany, and in Germany we did not have Duck Hunt. Instead, we had like a bootleg German version. And I'm telling you, like every person that is now between, I don't know, like 20 and 30 years old, they know about this game. It's called Mohun, which just means like the duck that lives in the bog, like in the swamp, like swamp duck, I guess. It was kind of like Duck Hunt, but instead of a charming 2D look, it was like horrific 3D chickens with these giant eyes, like bulging cartoon eyes and like big feet for no reason, like a tiny body, huge eyes, and like huge claws. And the game consisted of, it's Duck Hunt, right? But you don't have a dog. You just shoot the ducks. And this thing was so horrifically ugly. Like, it's really bad. You can play Flash versions online if you still have Flash Player somewhere. Like, dude, it's bad. It's really bad.
Oh, that sounds really bad. Yeah.
And it was culture. It was like Mario. Like everyone knew that one game, and there's a million of them. You can have a cowboy version. There's like a Native American version. For no reason, there's a Native American swamp duck. Like, did your like country have something like that? Like a very, very local, famous game. Like people just know this game. Everyone plays it like all the time.
Well, either Counter-Strike 1.6 or Counter-Strike 1.6 / Half-Life, because everybody wanted to play that. In my high school year, I remember they give us to every student a computer, like a tiny laptop to do.
Really?
Yeah, to do home stuff, to do homework and all of that, on classes and everything. But everybody ended up just saying, "Hey, on recesses and free hours, let's play Counter-Strike or let's play Half-Life."
Really?
Yeah,
like
we ended up.
School?
Yeah, we ended up turning on the LAN function of the computers, and we ended up all connecting on a local server on one of those computers.
My God.
Somebody just will ask, "Hey, who's hosting?" And just raise their hand, and ended up just starting the fucking server there.
Dude, you guys must have insane aim now. Like, get on Valorant, be like Argentinian 1.6 CSGO clan. Like, it's just CS. I keep saying CSGO, but what I mean is CS.
One thing I'm proud of is that I ended up starting something else, like another game that was super fun to play with people was Flatout 2. I remember having the game like pirated on a pen drive and sharing with all the friends, saying, "Hey, let's play something else for various." And yeah, we ended up playing a few races. That was so fun. Wow.
Flatout 2. Can you describe that to me?
It's a racing game with demolition derby type of stuff. Like you can destroy the cars. Yeah.
Dude, could you like destroy your friends?
Mm-hmm. You don't have stage hazards because the racetracks are mostly normal, but you have the derby mode in which you can just destroy others. There was some cheap cars, like they were cars with too much health, a truck, and a Batmobile. That was so weird. It was so fun too.
That's wild. I've never heard of that. We didn't really have something like that. So I'm very like, whoa.
Also,
Racing game.
yeah, you can play those nowadays. I think they are on Steam and Big Games both, 1 and 2. So if you want to try them out.
I was so surprised recently when I realized how many like legacy games Sega, specifically Sega, for some reason they're very good about this. They put a lot of legacy games on the store. Like I had buried all memory of ever knowing this game, like ever touching it in my life. But when I saw Crazy Taxi on the Steam store, I was like, oh my god.
I thought that was removed because of copyright stuff, because Crazy Taxi has some really, really heavy copyrighted music on it.
Crazy Taxi was removed? Are you ruining my day right now? Like, wait.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I don't know. I have the game.
No, it's still there, thank God.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
I thought they were, but thank God they didn't. That game is fun.
Oh my god. Crazy Taxi is amazing. Maybe it's like Crazy Taxi 2 that got, like
Kicked
axed.
out. Yeah. But still,
Oh no.
it's good. It's good this is there. I remember Sega giving away, if I remember correctly, was Hell Yeah, platformer, Crazy Taxi, and Jet Set Radio for free.
Dude, you got them for free?
Mm-hmm. I got in time. I remember they were gifting away those 3 games because I think it was the anniversary or something. And that was fun. I still have Jet Set Radio pending on it. I already finished it once. I wanted to do it again just in case.
I love Jet Set Radio, but maybe this is just me, but do you have these games that you don't want to play? Because if you play them, you will eventually finish them, and you've never finished them in your life. And in a weird way, it's too precious for you to like finish it. You're like, I never want to know everything there is to know about this game.
Persona
Is that
4.
just me?
Persona 4 Golden. Hey Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, Persona 4 Golden has multiple endings. I already have 2, and I don't want to know the 3rd one.
You don't want to do the first one, so you're never 100%. You can always be like, I'm playing Persona.
The last ending requires me to do some extra stuff with the social links. But the 3rd ending is so sad.
Oh my god. Don't do it then. Don't do it.
That's
Hi,
why
Dan.
I got it. Hey Dan. Thank you for passing by, dude. Hope you're enjoying the models. So yeah. What else? Yeah, a game I didn't want it to finish also because I know I'm going to finish it and it will be just empty after it. I think it's DMC3, but I'm not so sure.
DMC3?
Yeah, I'm not so sure because I remember like, struggling after Cerberus a little bit on what to do. But yeah, DMC3 is one I have pending a lot and I need to finish it if I want to play 5.
Do you want to hear like a very, very hot take?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The-
I'm here for it.
Also, Dan, yes. They are a robot because it's tech day, baby.
Yeah.
I am software, that's hardware. We're, high-fiving over here. Even though we don't have hands, just imagine us high-fiving. So, a hot take regarding
Go ahead.
Devil May Cry.
Please do.
I like the reboot game.
You know what? I'm agreeing with you. But on one condition. Because I played that game from start to finish. And I enjoyed my time. It's fun. The thing is, the character itself, the Dante and the setting it's on, it's so weird. Like, it doesn't feel right. Like, the story itself, I don't like it. It's super predictable. Dante itself, it's weird. I mean, I didn't have attachment to Dante at the begin with because, one, the only DMC game I played it was 3 and I didn't even finish it. 2, this Dante seemed weird from beginning because how are you supposed to, like, hunt demons if you're starting on a club? And 3, what is Virgil in the game to begin with? Like,
Virgil is there because Virgil is cool, and I think that's all he needs to like.
And that Virgil isn't even cool. He doesn't do anything. He plays a role of just intelligence guy. At the end he's cool because he's the final boss. Yeah, but we could easily end the story at Lunges. Easily. But I give the game credit for something, and it's super fun. I had the first DMC experience with that game, and I have to say I had a lot of fun. Even more than DMC 1. And with DMC1, I suffered a lot.
As you should.
Yeah. But yeah, DMC Devil May Cry is a good game mechanically speaking. I like the graphics too. It looks good. It isn't too dark like the other games, like DMC1, or at least.
There's also just such like banger music. I didn't like this type of music before. For those who don't know, it's like, you know, very like industrious, like combi cries type of stuff, right? Like literally, it's combi cries. And there's like a boss battle in a club, and for some reason I was just vibing. Maybe I was sleep deprived. It was, I think, 5 a.m. when I did that, but I just remember being like,
Yeah. Yeah. That okay. There was one theme I liked from DMC Devil May Cry, and that was Tic Tac. I think that's a battle theme, but yeah, that rocks hard. I have to admit it. Yeah.
Yeah, comic cries goes really hard. I remember I went through a phase. I was like, I'm gonna be so annoying to my friends. I'm just putting that shit on wherever I go. And now I'm like, maybe that was a bit much for just like casually hanging out, jamming. Like,
yeah, the club theme was kind of a it was a bomb.
a bob and a half, man. Like, Dan, you don't even like. That changed me. It made me like a genre of music that I didn't fuck with at all before. So, oh my god, dude, we need to revisit that game sometime. You know, once I get back to streaming, I might have to be like, you know, Hot Take Tuesday. We are streaming the DMC remake.
The DMC reboot, yes.
Let's go! I can't wait. My little like e-boy Dante with his short hair. He's so sad. Like, it's amazing. It's great.
Not in a million years. I need to play that just for the kicks of it. Like, I have the game. I will do it. After DMC 3, I need to do it. Like, a little deviation before going to 5, let's go to DMC Devil May Cry. Why not?
I can't wait, dude. I literally can't wait. I want you to like live blog it to me so I can relive all the cringy dialogue. It's amazing. Like, my mother, my father, ooh, the forbidden. It's great. I was vibing.
Keep an eye on this server. Maybe next week I'll start it on Saturday. I'm still looking for a game after finishing DMC 1. So I might play that just to deviate a little bit with the main series. Because yeah, DMC1 was suffering most of it.
Dude.
I like the bosses, some of them, but no. No, just
for me
no.
that's Bayonetta. I don't know if you can relate to that, but Bayonetta, I love looking at it, but playing it, it's too humbling. Like, it gets you down how bad you are at the game. I know I'm supposed to have a feeling of I want to improve. That's how you're supposed to feel about it, right? But I am too willed. Like, come on. I just want to look at her be pretty. Come on.
I feel like I auto-stream DMC, but I should probably play the version of DMC Devil May Cry that doesn't suck first.
You should.
To be completely honest with you, DMC Devil May Cry is not the worst. I don't know. I'm actually inclined to believe it's one of the best. I still need to test out the other, like DMC 3, 4, and 5. But the worst one is 2. Because
you think?
It's a third-person shooter.
Take.
It's a third-person shooter. It doesn't suck mechanically speaking. Like, it plays well. It's playable. But it's boring. DMC 1, I will argue, is the worst, like, mechanically speaking, because platformer on that game sucks ass. I hate it.
I don't know about that.
It's so bad.
If like a real DMC fan comes onto the stream right now, they will skin you.
If Midori is looking, do not enter.
Midori, do not interact.
I mean, he's a really big DMC fan here, so yeah.
We have to like talk to them about it sometime.
Maybe.
full opinion. I just know everyone hates Reboot. Dented. Listen, he's just a sad little boy, and I know a lot of boys don't like that, but a lot of girls like that. It's like he's so pitiful. Like it's amazing.
Where?
I know.
In which moment he's a sad boy? He's just a
He's
brat on the whole game.
He's kind of an emo boy. He's like, ooh, my parents.
It's kind of like Diego more than anything, without the simping. It's literally that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I guess.
Devil May Sim.
Devil May Sim.
Okay. Pizza.
Okay, so what else I have to talk with? Oh yeah, you were asking before about what games I will like say were the best on the 90s, early 2000s era. And I told you, if you asked me a few years ago, I will say CTR, but if you ask me now, it's King of Fighters 98.
King of Fighters 98? Which one is that?
It's the Dream Match version of like the Orochi Saga, the end of the Orochi Saga specifically.
Let me check that out.
The King of Fighters started in 1994 with, of course, King of Fighters 94, and started the story of the Orochi, which is basically this god that is trying to combat.
Orochi's so good. Like, he is so beautiful. I know that shouldn't be the focus, but, you know.
Yeah, it's fine. We can talk this time. Why not?
He's very cool. I think that's the game where like the very iconic Iori gifts are from, right? Where he's like standing and stuff.
I think that's King of Fighters 96, 97. Because Iori was introduced in King of Fighters 95. But I think the animations improved on 96. I'm not so sure though. Yeah, I don't know.
I just know that there's a lot of beautiful poster art. I think that was 98, where you have like the big Orochi who's like kind of... I can't do it on my model because I'm 2D. But he kind of like raises his arms a little bit. You know, he's like, come hither, come, I will beat your ass in story mode. And I'm like, yes, good, I will. I will die many, many times, but that's okay. Oh my god, there's 98 installments? You're so good.
No.
No. I mean, there might be 98.
No, there are 15.
King of Fighters games.
On the mainline, there are 15, but they might be more counting the spin-offs.
It feels like there's a million of them. There's like a King of Fighters for every occasion. There's like King of Fighters, Christmas edition, like Halloween bundle, like...
Don't remind me about the Super Heroine line.
Oh my god, listen.
That's basically, yeah. There's also a dating sim of this game if you are interested. With all the guys, not girls, all the guys.
Good. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. But yeah. That will be nowadays my favorite because it has every character I wanted to play.
Do you have like a fighting game character where you never remember where they're from and you always end up going down like a 3-hour Google spree and you're like, who is this guy I'm thinking of? Because there's one like that for me and I'm going to Google him right now because I need to remember where he's from. Like,
if you describe it to me, I might be able to pinpoint it, but...
Oh, we're going to do like a fighting game searching, like fighting, like quiz. Okay. So it's a male character. He is large and more on the skinny side. He has long, white or blonde hair. And he's got like a moon on his shirt, which is like a long, dark blue body thing that goes halfway down his thighs, which has like slits on both sides. And he's got bright pants. And his shirt has long sleeves. And he kind of looks... I always associate with him with like Iori. Like he kind of has a similar vibe to Iori.
That's Iori. If you say he has red hair, that's Iori. King of Fighters 13.
No, he's got like blonde hair, white hair. I think it's more white even. And his storyline in the game where he's from is like he he's like in a cave with water, and I think he's got like his lover who's dead, and he's like putting her in the water or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why does that
Just a
sound like...
long.
What?
Huh?
That sounds like Siegfried, but that is not Siegfried. Like Siegfried from Soul
No.
Calibur, that doesn't got it. Now you got me. I'm curious, what is that?
Who is it?
I mean, my bet was for Siegfried, but Siegfried wears an armor. A Tekken character will be either Kazuya, maybe, but he's not that skinny.
No, he's not. He's not. This is a pixel era game.
Pixel era game.
Yeah.
We're talking
So like a 2D pixel era fighter, 1v1,
1v1.
and he's got that like beautiful long white hair and a blue or like black outfit with a moon on it.
Blue, black. I was about to say Andy Bogart, but that doesn't fit it. Damn it.
You got this. You got this. Think. I think you're an expert. Like you can figure it out.
Yeah. What? There's too many characters that fit the description of the outfit, but the hair is the only thing that bothers me.
His hair is like shoulder length. Whenever I try to find out who it is, I always end up thinking it's that like femboy from I think it's Tekken or whatever, but it's not him.
No, it's not Leo. Leo has short hair, blonde hair.
That's why.
No,
But it's kind of like that.
isn't Bridget?
No, I actually think maybe it wasn't even gray or something. Maybe it had like a green tone or like a 12 tone. 12 like teal colored hair. I just know he's got like that dark long sleeve outfit with the long like white hair or something, and he fights with I think his fists.
So it's kind of a boxer or a kickboxer.
I don't know. When I first found him, I used to think that he was. Oh, I found him. Okay, I know how it is now. I used to think that he would fight against Iori because I feel like he kind of feels like an Iori clone, but he's not.
Wow.
This is so specific, chat. But listen, we gotta figure this out. I
Got
can tell
me.
you who it is now when you're ready.
Yeah, tell me. I give up. At this point, it's either Andy Bogart or maybe someone I don't remember from Fatal Fury.
Do you want like a clue?
Give me another clue. Why not?
Okay, he's from the Street Fighter series.
You say Street Fighter, long sleeves, white hair,
Like-
blonde hair,
White hair.
long sleeves,
Yeah.
skinny. It's a guy or a girl?
It's a guy, and he's kind of like got that emo flair.
That's Remy. Street Fighter
That's
3
Remy.
Remy. Yeah, that's Remy.
It's Remy.
That's
yes.
Remy. Yeah. That's why you just said Iori. It's Remy. It's because the same vibe. It's a rock
Yeah,
star.
he's got the same body as Yuri from Carrot.
God damn it.
I always thought that Remy was like an Iori clone and that they should be friends or like have a story together, but they're not even in the same universe.
I mean, they could easily make that distinction since Iori is also a band member. Like, Iori had I think it was a jazz band, but he ended up
doesn't.
just taking down that.
He does so much. Yeah, Remy. I don't even remember like what do you do, Remy, except have long hair and be sad. Like
If you shoot Sonic Booms, it's Remy, yeah. He also does that.
"Ah, look, we found them, yay, or you
Wow.
win, kind of.
You give me the clue, so I guess.
Yeah. We should do this again sometime. Because
Oh, for
as like
sure.
a person who does character design a lot, for me, like fighting games are a very big inspiration.
Oh,
So
for
that's
sure.
why I have absurd amounts of like fighting game characters stashed away somewhere in my brain.
Oh, for sure. Hey, Enhander. I thought you saw it. I wanted to show you this. Enhander over here is a really big fan of Robokai.
Really?
He loves it, yeah.
Highlander, you fuck with fighting games? That's so cool.
Well, a little bit. It's more for Guilty Gear than anything.
Guilty Gear.
For what I know. But yeah, he showed me how fun can RoboKai can be. So yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh my god. Do you both like actually play together?
No. He showed me like he was streaming the game one time, and I was just
Oh,
watching it, and it was fun. Like I played Guilty Gear X Double X before, but I never ended up clicking with it. Not as
who's
much
your
as
favorite? Who's your favorite Guilty Gear characters? If you had to pick one male and one female Guilty Gear characters, who are you picking? Like, you can
For-
say that it's either due to fun or due to design. Because for me, it's kind of the same-ish.
If I have to pick like in the whole series, for the males I pick Chip. I love Chip.
Chip's at it.
Yeah,
So good.
the story is fun, the gameplay is fun and fast, and I don't know, Chip is a fun guy. What can I say? It's either him
He
or
got
RoboKai.
so
But yeah.
thick for no reason. Like in Strive, when we first saw him and he was like this thick boy and super strong, I just felt like a very proud mother or like an ex-girlfriend, right? Who's like, I'm so happy that you're like flourishing in life, you're doing well, you're eating good, you're having your proteins. Like, I
He's a
felt so happy.
He's a proud president, yeah.
He's my baby, he's so good.
Then
Let's
for the
take-
girls' sides, I have to give it to Giovanna. I love her so much.
Did she ever show up before? Because I've never seen her, so I think she's new, but I haven't
She's new.
checked that.
She's new. She's a Stripe unique character.
She's so cute.
Alongside, I think it was what was the name of the samurai again?
You mean, oh my god, Yunosuke?
Na-
No,
oh.
oh my god.
Nagoriyuki. There we go.
Nago.
Nagoriyuki. Yeah.
Nagori. Yeah, Nagor.
Him and
Yeah.
him and Giovanna are the newest characters.
They are good. They're really good. I was very happy that they chose to go with his design the way they did it, right? Because usually you don't. There's a couple cliches that you would usually hit with fighting game characters when it comes to a samurai, right?
Mhm.
And his playstyle is actually not what I expected at all. When I tried him one time, I was like, I thought I could just spam quick slashes, but I actually have to think about my moves. So
Right, you have to manage your blood gauge a lot.
that gauge, management. I'm not good at it. That's why I became a VTuber.
Testament and DC in next versions, yeah.
Dizzy is my favorite female character. I know that she's just like, she doesn't have a lot to her personality. You could say that, right? But
I mean,
the way she like interacts with everyone, I'm like, oh, I kind of just want you to be happy, right? Like I want to protect that smile. And that's the first time I felt about, like the first time I felt that way about a MILF character. So she's so cute. I like her a lot.
she's very gentle but powerful, yeah.
Hmm When you hit those like insta kills and everyone just kind of like gives up, I thought that was so funny. Like,
And then you have persons like, then you have people like Slayer that doesn't give a shit. He just
Slayer's awesome.
I love him.
Slayer- With his wife, oh, come on, like
He's fun.
goals,
The
right?
goals, yeah.
Yeah, my favorite character, all in all. Listen, okay, I'm probably the only fan they have, okay, but it's fine. Oh yeah, Chip's reaction where he's like, "Oh my god." You're right. My favorite character, his name is Raven, and he's a little bit problematic. He's very edgy. I don't know what happened to me. Like, I don't know what overcame me, but
He's just
something about that.
sadistic.
Yeah, he's got like that unicorn horn thing going on. I don't know what he's trying to do, but the idea of like Raven living a domestic life is just something that's somewhere in my brain continuously feeding me like serotonin. Like just pretend you're a Raven ordering a coffee. Like, please, how would you do that?
Something extra painful, I will ask, like, can you add some, like, can you give me that extra sour with some knives? Also, give me a knife instead of a spoon. Thank you.
Give me a knife in my like frappuccino strawberry extra cream with like evil chocolate chips. Like, please. Oh my god. And when he gets to drink, he disappears into a puddle of his own blood. Like, ugh.
Yeah, he's into that a lot. S&M, yeah. Like, he's one of the few people that enjoys Vtuber. Just to say much. Remember that little mini game Faust has on XRD? He's the only one with the face that enjoys it. Aside of Eno.
Really? I don't even remember what you mean, but I'm immediately looking that up.
Okay, so you know Naruto, right? You know how Kakashi surprised Naruto one time with his fingers?
you mean the ass thing?
Okay,
yeah,
exactly, that one.
I follow you now. Yes, you're correct. He's the only one apart from true. I think it's Eno or like
Eno, yeah, Eno is the other one that enjoys that.
He's like, God.
Speaking of the signs that I will also put on a museum, give me Axel from Stripe any day. I love it so much.
Dude.
Woo!
Dude. Guilty Gear has too many like fire characters, like bangers. Johnny gives a thumbs up. He does? Wait, I've never like looked at Johnny things much, even though.
Also, speaking of people that will not fit ordering a coffee, you need to check the ending from Venom. Like the story part of Venom and Robokai is so awesome. It's incredible.
I don't want to look at Vernon
Venom.
or
Venom.
Oh, Venom.
The white-haired guy with the eye on the
billiard guy.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't he like literally work in a coffee shop or like a bakery? I think I saw something once.
Yeah, it's because of Robokai. He does that.
What? I never looked at the context for that image. I was always just very like, "You're my good son." I think there was like some stuff about him being like queer. I don't remember if that was true. Or
I don't want to spoil the story. I just recommend go check that out. It's so fun.
I'm gonna. I wasn't. Wait, I have like a recollection. I have like a Jimmy Neutron moment right now. Wasn't it because he was obsessed with Dio? I mean,
Slayer.
Zato?
No, wait, yeah, Venom was obsessed with.
Isn't he obsessed with like Zato? And he's like, "Oh my God, Dio Brando, like you do it for me," like, and then he's like dead but not dead. Oh my God, Guilty Gear lore. No, I'm shaking and crying.
Yeah, that's exactly it. He was obsessed with Sato. Sato wasn't there anymore. And since he didn't have any purpose because of that, he just ended up like
my sad boy. It's so funny because on one end you have like Dio Brando melodrama, gay romance, and like fucking world-ending killer robots who are waifus who give birth. I don't remember half of it. And then on the other end you have like fucking Faust and whatever the hell was going on with Bedman, like. Bedman was.
What the hell was Bed? Okay, so that thing technically pops up again on the Stripe, for what I know. Yeah.
Dude, Bedman is amazing. That super, like not super, the insta kill where he just fucking rants like some Friedrich Nietzsche shit at you, and he's like clapping maniacally, is such a mood. Like I kind of want that as my vibe in the future. Just fucking. So the futility of life, and then you are very cool, and actually no, I am cool, you are a loser. Like,
yeah, what the hell?
Getting killed by a Batman, imagine.
I mean, I'll take the Johnny one any day. Like that throwing card and then slicing it up with your body. Woo!
Johnny, stop! You have like a cute little pirate girlfriend. Please be nice. Isn't May obsessed with Johnny? She's like, when are you coming back? Ooh, like, isn't that the vibe?
I think that is, yeah. I think, if I remember correctly, isn't Johnny like the captain of the crew of May? Or May's
he's somewhere
around his friend?
He's vibing with him for sure. And then he like left, and now Strive May's like, wow, Johnny.
The hell?
I love mishearing everything they say in GG on purpose. Which is your favorite misheard? Sorry if I'm like taking away from your job here, Dana, but this is just really fun.
No,
so
yeah. Go ahead. let the Jan0h think he's an expert here.
Let's go. Oh my god, we should do like a GG tourney one day. Just fucking losers playing Guilty Gear, going really hard.
Yeah, we could do that. I think
Dude,
we double X at least. I don't have Stripe. I wish I need to. I need
I
to buy it.
have, I have XR'd.
Me too. Like Rep 2. Hey, Table.
Check.
Testament Kimu. I found the burrito.
I found the burrito.
There is.
Testament is so good, by the way. I love what they did with the character. I
Mhm.
was actually like, I was hoping for Bridget. I was hoping for Testament, but I was expecting them to make Testament like a really buff boy, right? Because that's kind of
The XRD design.
part of. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just expecting buff boy because, right, like Chip Zanoff gets protein, like way powered. I don't know what happened to him.
But
So I'm
we
just
ended
like,
up.
huh?
Okay, so I will describe this. It's not an insult, but it's kind of funny because it's similar. I will describe Testament's design as Goth Caitlyn.
Oh,
If you think about if you think about it, the old design for Caitlyn, it's basically Testament now.
I want Broody Emo Reaper. It's still Broody Emo Reaper.
Yeah, it is.
Fair enough. Broody Emo Reaper is still testy.
Yeah.
Testy is just like, it can also be your golf girlfriend now, which I think is an improvement because I would love Testament to be my golf girlfriend, so I can take him,
Upgrades.
to the fucking Raven coffee shop and order something.
The Venom one will be better. The Venom.
The Venom coffee shop, double date with Raven and Strife.
What
Oh
the
my
heck?
god, Evan. Dude, mods.
Yeah.
Have you seen the mods for Strife Testy where you can have like Testy in like a goth chick bikini? I'm like, that they them pussies doing things to me, like
The
holy
fuck?
shit. Sorry.
It's
That's an
fine.
expletive.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
I gotta
fine.
put on time mod.
Uh,
Your characters got me acting up. I'm sorry, chat. Like,
I
can you
mean,
relate though?
Yeah, I can relate. I mean, it's Guilty Gear design. It's always good. What the hell?
We have more flavors of like waifu now than we ever had before.
Mm.
A couple years ago, the default was you just have like a life-sized figurine of Ramlethal in your home, and that's kind of it, right? Like that's the starting.
My
Uh,
ears. What's happening with your
My
ears?
ears, is the audio bad?
I have the audio balance here, and it's fine, I guess. Like the Discord is like lower during the end of the stream, so they don't like pick out. But yeah,
Okay.
the new one is okay too, but she could have been her own chair.
You know what? I agree, just because that means I have twice the amount of waifus. So whatever you say, I'm not gonna say anything against it. Connection got weak. Oh no.
Oh, I might lose frames a few, a little bit there. Yeah, that's fine. That comes with Wi-Fi.
It's just Twitch. It's because they are trying to censor us for having the right opinions, for having like coffee shop AU all set up for them. Like,
I mean,
come
come on.
I
Oh,
meant for genocide. Oh no! I'm sorry. I'm hiding in the void. Is it okay now?
yeah, it should be okay. It's like it's lower, but yeah, I guess it's fine now.
I was making like robot noises, which is ironic because you are you are the robot and I'm not. So
It just has its moments, yeah. But don't worry about it. What else? Okay, so you said you didn't have any consoles, or did you have? Which ones, though?
I didn't have like any like PlayStations or Xbox ever, which was tragic in its own way, right? Because the first time I ever played a console game was in my friend's house. They had like this terrible Harry Potter game. I don't know if that has ever been played by another human, like in the history of video games, but you had to like trace the magic spells with the controller input. It was I mean, can you imagine drawing like a funny little heart shape with a controller? Like, it was
no.
bad. It was really bad. Yeah, so I definitely missed out on a lot of the classic games that people would play during that time, right? So now I have to pretend I know them.
Oh, right. Well,
I'm the imposter.
you can do always a little research.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Um,
yeah.
I'm thinking about it right now. I'm like, what even would I fake? I would love to pretend that I was an early Resident Evil fan because the only time I've ever played Resident Evil was that I think it's 6, right? The one that's basically just co-op gunplays, and Chris and his boyfriend get locked in the sea and they punch things. Like
No, that's
that was
fine.
pretty good. And
That's Resident
is
Evil
that
5.
5?
Yeah, with the one with Chris
Dude,
and his friend, yeah.
like what kind of what kind of game was that? But it was very, very good as couch co-op. It was amazing. Like you can give it shit for the story and it's all kinds of whack. But if you sat next to each other and you're just trying to game as two people, like having a grand old time, that game is amazing. Like imagine getting drunk and playing Resi 5. Like I cannot imagine a better co-op. Shuba!
Yoba!
Oh, there's also like for some reason with Ada Wong. No, actually I think it's with Claire. I don't remember. It's as two players, you have a fight in Chinatown and you go through like a giant fucking Chinese restaurant or like hotel and you break everything. And that just felt really disrespectful to me at the time. I was very upset for the store owners, which is very, it's Resident Evil. Everything explodes eventually. And there's a motorbike chase. I am lost.
What the hell?
Leon from 4, yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's the real
the
brother.
first the first actual console I ever had was a Nintendo DS, and I had Pokemon Sapphire. And the reason I'm never sorry, I have to laugh. The reason I'm never playing another Pokemon game without like intense anxiety is because at that time I was still living, at home because as a child you would live at home. You tend to do that as a minor. So I'm sat there with my like silver DS and I have Pokemon Sapphire in the little bottom slot. It's great. I'm having an awesome time. I have actually forgotten that you need to save. And then that was the first time I played that game. Like 6 hours of content, which as a child, getting to the first gym was amazing. And then playing all the way up to there, as an adult, you do that. But as a kid, man, that's sad. That's some sad shit. And then I played it again all the way up to when you get your. Is it the correct game I'm thinking of right now? Where you get like the Groudon and the like blue water boy. It's like the land and the sea. It's like magma and water.
And that's
Right?
Pokemon. Yeah, that's Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think the one you're talking about is Sapphire, which has
Yeah.
Kyo, yeah.
Ah, so good, dude. Like, I love them.
That's a
Even when I
GBA
got
game.
to that point, and yeah. But you could put them in the DS, right? Like the bottom slot. It was amazing.
Mhm.
And then I played all the way to that scene where you meet those legendaries for the first time, and I'm super hyped, but I have to go to school the next day. So I save, and I have a sibling, and my sibling is, at that point, pretty young and wants to play funny Pokemon game. And there's one thing they don't tell you about Pokemon saves, which is that you can only have one.
Right.
Yeah. So
Damn
the
it.
next time I open my funny little machine and I go on and I'm like, I'm gonna pick a legendary. I will be blue or red, funny because that's my VTuber avatar too. But I never could make up my mind, as you can see from the way my hair is split. So imagine my panic when I know that, oh my god, I have to pick a legendary now. And then I wake up in the moving van.
Oh.
And my mom is like, we just moved to this new city. Have you heard of Pokemon? Anyway, there's a Machop in the house and no father figure. Figure that out by yourself. Like, I had a lot of feelings.
Oh. That sucked a lot.
I know, it sucked. Either way, I managed to beat Pokemon Black and White for N's sake because he was a beautiful friend. And you get to have a date in the Ferris wheel. So that kept me going through that save, and I managed to finish it. That was good. That was a good game. Yeah. Pokemon. Have you like got a favorite? Because I can't pick a favorite. They're all pretty good.
I have to go with Gen 2. Like, not like the remakes of Gen 2, Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I love those two.
Ooh.
Yeah, I love that because the first Pokemon game I played was Pokemon Crystal, which was the third version of the Gen 2 original. And then I tried the DS version of the Heart Gold of Gold and Silver, and those were pretty fun. I had my good fun with those.
Aren't those the games where you can like have tunnels that you live in?
No, I think that's either Platinum or Black and White. I don't remember. But
sorry.
the thing is, you can do something on Johto which you cannot do on others, and you can quote unquote choose which gym you can go first. Like you
Really?
you can get to the first town on like the first gym on Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but you can also do the other route, go down and face Boxy first instead of like the flying type gym leader you have first. You can go the extra mile and you can go there. And from there you can easily go to like Whitney, you can left even I think the flying type gym leader for last. I think.
That's pretty wild, man. I have never heard of that because I didn't play that gen. So now I'm like, you can do that? That's allowed? That's legal?
Yeah.
In a Pokemon game?
Mm-hmm. And the only bad thing about it is that the leveling of the Pokemon is so bad. Like you need like level 60 Pokemon. No, level 40, level 50 Pokemon for the Elite Four, and the max level you get on a Pokemon is level 15 on the wild. So you have to level up a lot, and it's painful.
Man, ooh.
But yeah, Pokemon is. I tried different like Pokemon games, Black and White 1 and 2. Pokemon Platinum, I ended up getting to Elite Four, but never passing it. Then Pokemon Emerald, I played it a little bit, but then I left it out because I forgot. I moved a lot of like files and tried to boot up the game again. The save file wasn't there, so nah, not playing that again. But yeah.
You had a moving van incident of the ever kind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna drink some water, and then is there anything else, or do you think like? Do you think our shared evening, like the bartender poured the last drink, we just paid our bill, like?
Well, this is a podcast studio. I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I think we have a good time here. Yeah, we have a good time here. Do you have any rate targets?
Could we not have like a robo bartender matching with the theme who's like giving out robo drinks? Like, who made those Cokes that we have? They look pretty good. Did you make them?
Yeah, nah. I just brought the Coke on the store. I was programmed to do that.
I'm imagining like it's just paper cutouts. Like if you were to look around our little studio space today, it would just be like a little paper cutout with like a little standy thing underneath it, and it's like you don't get to drink your software. I'm like, no, my Coke.
I might prepare that for next time if you reminded me, because I usually play next times. Yeah.
I might. That would be fun. Just like, hello, cardboard cutout host. I am cardboard cutout software. This is our Coke glass.
We can do that with reactive PNGs, yeah.
Someone can like push it over. That would be fun. Yeah.
But yeah.
Danny, thank you so much for having me on. This is where is the studio, by the way? Is this like the basement underneath your factory where you're like producing 1 million robocopies of yourself for supremacy?
No, that's on another planet. This is technically a pocket dimension.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Little pockets space. That would be fun. Good for rent too, right? Because you don't need to, if it's in another dimension, you don't have to pay property tax on the
Yeah,
basement.
exactly. And I can port it everywhere since a pocket dimension. I have a device I can access to get in here easily.
Dude, you min-maxed your existence.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for having me on.
No, thank you for accepting. I was planning for this a long time ago, and I wanted to have you.
I know we tried to set up a time for so long. It was like, hello, I am doing things. I'm writing a thesis, and you're like, I am programming my robot body. It's like, eventually, we need to figure it out, and then we figured it out. I'm very, very happy. I had a good time.
Also, remember the commands? Like, if you want to check out her stuff, it's !TG. You have her links there. Please go check her out. He's amazing with his live 2D stuff. I hope she starts streaming soon. Really.
I do. I will. This time for real. I can't give you a date yet, but there's a lot to look forward to. I have my setup basically finished, so I would be very, very happy to see some of you in my chat maybe one day. And then, eventually we're going to meet again here in the pocket.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Of course it will be a round two here. I already started with one, so I might start with others. I need to check them out.
What would be the name of the second episode? Shouldn't it be something like Jan0h?
Nah, I just go with the classic, name of the show, episode, and then round 2 at the end.
Electric
easy.
Boogaloo.
Yeah, look forward to it. Yeah?
Nice.
Me too.
Nice.
Again, any of you guys have any raid titles you want me to go to? Because I have a pretty limited one here.
Let's see. Oni is online right now, or
preferably someone with no 200 people. That's
true.
Let's see.
I mean, Diarika has the big readable right now going on. If you guys want to take a look, but I don't actually know anyone else. Oh, I'm sorry.
Any of the chat has any suggestions? I have a few here that I might want to raid.
Let's go, Hiragi.
Oh, Hiragi.
Oh, Hiragi Sensei.
Yeah. Hiragi, you. I don't know about Hiragi. How many people is watching her right now? I just don't want to. I don't want that to just die down. But if we don't have any other option, maybe we go Hiragi. I didn't rate her for long, so. It was Hiragi_you, right? Because I forgot to follow her.
Well,
oh no,
you could also just go and rate the person who's got one viewer on the Vtuber tag or something.
Good point. Oh, yeah, I might do that. Oh, wait a minute. I need to show you this person, so we might rate her.
Okay.
Because this person is something I found a few times on Twitter, and I'm impressed with what she did. It's a pixel art live 2D model based on Starbound. Based on the game Starbound, and I really want you to check her out. It's so good. Hold on.
Let's go.
I rate this person a lot. It's usually when she's up. So let's give her a good day. The raid message will be either Den raid or Tangerine raid, whatever works. So go ahead, give her some love. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Jan0h, for being here. It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
And see you guys next time. Bye.
See you guys. Thank you.